Hello there. Once again, this is Anton from Anton Will Obey. Thank you for stopping by the collection room. Today, we are taking a look at some comic books. And before I get started, thank you so much for clicking on this video. If you like videos like this, please give me a subscribe or a like. It does keep me motivated to keep doing stuff, and I enjoy that. So today I'm taking a look at Amazing X-Men. This was from the Age of Apocalypse. I would say my all-time favorite Marvel story arc. And I think some of the best creative writing and decision and everything that I've seen from Marvel probably ever. This is issues 1 through 4. This would be a variant Elseworlds version of regular X-Men Volume 2, and this would have been March 1995. So I say that, you know, this was a big, bold decision. I don't think I can express that enough. To retitle every one of your most popular comic books, your X-Men titles, for 4 months and flood it into an Elseworlds universe that's flipped on its head, and then to bring it back, that's just big. That's huge. To think of it from a marketing standpoint, to pitch that, it does blow my mind that they were able to pull this off. And they did such a great job. They told such good stories here. Now, I'm going to tell you up front, Amazing X-Men was not my favorite. Astonishing X-Men I thought was infinitely better. I absolutely loved it. Of course, I prefer Uncanny X-Men to regular X-Men at any point. I feel like it's just a better book. Or any point in the 90s, I would have said that. I really don't know what any of the books are doing these days, because I haven't bought anything regularly off the shelf since probably 2001. So it's been a while. This one, I think, is the other X-Men team, the gold team, I guess is what you'd say. I don't know if they used gold and blue teams like they did in the old regular universe. But I'm pretty sure this is Storm's team. You got Allison Blair, Banshee, Iceman, Exodus. Who I always thought was really cool. And I can't exactly, like, there's this particular arc of the book, of the Age of Apocalypse, was, I think, a little less memorable to me, because I'm really struggling to remember just what was going on in this. I know the Horseman they fought was Abyss, and that's a pretty big deal. We got Wolverine and Jean Grey moving their mission. Extreme Prejudice, the Brotherhood, under the power of the Abyss. I'm not sure who all we have here. I don't remember who all of these characters are, but let's look and find out. So I remember Abyss and I remember the team, but I don't exactly remember what their mission was. See, like every one of these books, everybody is playing a certain part, and all the teams are doing a certain thing to move the story towards its closure point. The defeat of Apocalypse. And in Astonishing, they were fighting Holocaust and shutting down the Infinite factories. And in X Factor, it takes place, they're freeing everyone from the breeding pens. I know in Gambit in the Externals, they're trying to get a shard of the Macran crystal to alter reality. This one, I'm struggling. I cannot remember what their whole goal was in this book. And it has been a while since I've read it. Abyss. I'm not sure who Abyss is in the regular Marvel universe. I don't remember this character. Of course, Storm and Quicksilver. I remember AOA Quicksilver was pretty cool. And I also really liked Storm's hair. The short Karen haircut that she had. I always thought it was good. Beavis and Butthead. And I remember this was actually one of the first times we could see that Iceman could be completely blown up and destroyed and as ice and regrow himself back together and freeze back solid. I remember that was like a huge revelation, and it was in the AOA due to being pushed harder by Magneto than Charles ever did. You learn that a lot of these people have a lot greater potential than we were originally seeing in the X-Men universe. And so we saw characters do stuff that they could not do before that they then could do. That once we got back to the regular universe, we kind of just slid that in our back pocket, knowing, you know what? If Iceman gets his head blown off, we know he can recover from that and stuff like that. It was a big deal. It was very, I don't know. It was like a secret that you knew, but of course, the only people who didn't know it was the characters in the story. They didn't know what they were capable of, but you suddenly knew more than the character was. And I thought that was a really cool thing that they pulled on us. Like, we figured out that Rogue could touch people because she has a child in this, and she could somehow figure out a way to either shield her power with Magneto's power or whatever. But it's just crazy, the stuff that we learned in the AOA that we did not know about in the regular universe, that slowly, after the Age of Apocalypse, ended up revealing itself. Ah, yes, Angel. I can't remember couldn't remember what book he was prominent in. I was thinking it was Weapon X, but I'm not remember. I would love to find this comic somewhere. Prime vs. the Hulk. That would be cool. That is just one that I have never been able to locate. I'm a big Ultraverse fan. Never come across that one. Ah, yes. If I remember right, they have to run in with the Madrai. Jamie Madrox, the Multiple Man, and they've, of course, in the Age of Apocalypse, they've got his power cranked up too, because he has got like hundreds of himself everywhere. They call themselves the Madrai, and they're like a religious order. Crazy. Anyway. Pretty good Kubert art. I remember back in the day I wasn't quite as big a fan of it. Ah, yes, the Madrai cutting up Bishop and drinking his blood because they are creepy. They're just this weird cultish order, and it's all the same guy. And I think they find the original Madrai. Oh yeah, that's this story. That's this book, if I remember right. And yeah, he's just like crazy and sitting around in a diaper. The one true Jamie Madrox. They've separated out so many times and multiplied himself so many times. His brain is fried. Here we see what's going on in the home of the Astonishing X-Men. We see Peter, Rasputin. This is my little sister, Ilyana. We got her free, but at a terrible cost. Yeah, the cost of you betraying your team. They didn't make it. Yeah, where are your students? And of course, Clarice is devastated. Yeah, crazy stuff. I think, if I remember right, doesn't he end up killing her? Like Shadowcat? I can't remember. I cannot remember. It strikes me as something that I remember, but I'll have to see. Banshee's outfit looks pretty cool, but he still has weird sideburns. Of course, if he didn't, we wouldn't recognize him even in this weird Elseworld story. But everybody gets back together. So this one wraps up after Astonishing because everybody's back from that mission, and everybody's back from the Generation X missions. So this one, I guess, winds up a little later than the rest. Anyway, it's a great book. It's a great series. The Age of Apocalypse was one of the best series and best story arcs ever, and I stand by that totally. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Catch you guys later. Bye.